Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and well, the DLC isn't coming out today. Today's my birthday. I was hoping it was going to come out on my birthday and be a bonus birthday present from the Dead by Daylight team at Behavior to launch the Freddy DLC, and we do know it's Freddy. I mean, they didn't say his name, but they showed us what his perks look like, and if that doesn't scream Freddy Krueger, I don't know what does. Freddy's coming, everybody. Freddy is gonna be here. I'm hoping that he's gonna come out by the 26th. They said they just want to make sure it's really good before they release it, so they're doing some fine-tuning, but it's coming out. They didn't actually call him by name on stream today. They called him Johnny Luger and Sweater Boy. Didn't actually use his name, but if those perks don't scream Freddy Krueger, I don't know what they do scream. But I can tell you one thing that they don't scream. The best thing about seeing those perks is that I don't have to listen to anybody else tell me anymore that this is the licensed thing that's coming out. This thing, even though it says Sandman, and oh look, the Don't Fall Asleep font is exactly the same. It's all a clue. You guys have got it completely wrong. It isn't Freddy Krueger. It's this, whatever this is the Sandman. Because he has the same name, Sandman. It's so on the nose. It's got to be this guy. And ignore all the evidence about the invisible scratches and the boiler room and the sounds and the music. It's got to be this guy. Thank God I don't have to listen to this anymore. Nobody's shoving this down my throat anymore, telling me how wrong I am. That it's Freddy Krueger. Freddy even himself was getting so upset he's going to come at you straight out of Elm Street with all this talk about the Sandman. We know who the Sandman is. It's going to be Freddy. Frederick Charles Krueger is coming to your neighborhood. It's just a matter of when. It's no longer an if. So, the Halloween event is taking place starting October 26th until the 1st. And it's going to be a bonus blood point period. Don't know the multiplier still yet. Maybe as much as 4 times, we don't know. We do know that this Nurse Pumpkinhead, the Sally O'Lantern, is going to be a forever item. Once the Halloween event is over, after November 1st, you will still get to keep this Sally O'Lantern head for your nurse. That's a forever item. Now, these other items here, the trick-or-treat items, the Will-O-Wisp flashlight, the orange flashlight that shines the ghost outline on the walls, and the glow-in-the-dark sticker med kit, those items will no longer spawn in chests or in your blood web once the event is over. So any that you get, hoard them. They're going to be a limited time item, just like firecrackers were for the Chinese New Year. Once they're gone, they're gone. There's a picture of Meg enjoying the little ghost shining on the wall there. So get these items in your chests and blood webs and keep them if you want to have them forever, because once they're used up, you won't be able to get them anymore. So they told us about that. And then, let's see, I guess, should we get right into it? Should we go into Freddy's perks? Johnny Luger. And by the way, thanks to Dave Richard for showing up in my atmospheric video and confirming in the comments that the Sally O'Lantern head was going to be a forever item. That was really cool to have a dev make a comment in my video, so thanks for that. Okay, so before we start talking about Freddy's perks, I'll show you this picture that they showed us of all of his add-ons. They didn't tell us what any of them do, but I imagine like the fingertip knife might increase his lunge, or who knows, the can of gasoline. The blocks and children's clothing are kind of creepy, but we know that Freddy's not a nice man. He's not a nice man. So there's those, and now let's talk about the perks. So the first perk here, this is a survivor perk. They talked about 4 of the 6 perks that are going to be available for his chapter. 3 for the survivor, 3 for Freddy. They told us the 3 Freddy perks and the 1 survivor perk. This is the survivor perk. Pharmacist, I believe it's called. So this allows you to loot chests quietly the same way that Technician allows you to work on a generator quietly. And The first chest that you loot, you're always going to get a med kit of at least yellow or better rarity. So it's going to be a very good med kit. It won't be the brown one. Yellow or better. That might depend on, what level of pharmacist you have, but when you need medical attention, you're going to be able to count on getting a med kit for sure from the first chest that you loot, assuming that there are chests that have not been looted. So that could be very valuable when you're in a pinch and you need a heal. So that's the Survivor perk. And we don't know anything about the Survivor. They didn't confirm the name. I'm going to go with Kate until I know otherwise. I know people really want it to be Nancy or someone else from the movies. But at this point, the feeling, I really want Nancy as well. But the feeling that I get is that they want to make the Survivor an original, this Kate Denson person who doesn't have any ties to the franchise. And if that's correct and we aren't getting Nancy or somebody from the movie lore, I think the reason for that is that they probably want to be able to have better control over her cosmetics going forward. Because the whole Laurie Strode thing with Halloween, they can't give her any more clothing because it's not in their licensing agreement. They're only approved to do those 2 outfits. So to get more clothing options for Laurie Strode, they would have to renegotiate the contract, and it's a can of worms for legal. I mean, when companies get this big, it isn't just as easy as picking up the phone and having somebody say, yeah, go for it. There's a lot of legality in it to get permissions to add clothing options to Laurie. So that's why, we can't get any more clothes for Laurie. As much as I would love to see Laurie next year in her Jamie Lee Curtis very short hair, gray hair, for an update for next Halloween when that movie comes out, I don't know if it'll ever happen, because then you get into the whole Jamie Lee Curtis likeness rights issue. So if the Survivor ends up being an original and not part of the Nightmare from Elm Street franchise, I think that will be the reason, is they just want to be able to have the character free and clear to give that character whatever cosmetic options they want going forward. So that's my thinking of why they wouldn't put Nancy Thompson or somebody else in the Freddy chapter. But it still remains to be seen. It isn't for sure that it's Kate and not Nancy. We don't know. I would assume that this being Pharmacist, that maybe the person that we're getting has a medical background. Don't know. It might be a leap. Maybe it's part of their profession and their bio. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, so now we're going to get into Freddy's perks. So first we have this perk here. And this one's called Blood Warden. And the way this works is once the exit gates are open, if Freddy, or this is going to be a teachable, so other killers will be able to get this in the future as it's passed on amongst the other killers as a teachable. We'll just say Freddy for now. If once Freddy hangs up a survivor onto the hook when the exit gates are open, the spikes will come at the exit and nobody will be allowed to leave for a defined period, up to a minute if you have this perk up to level 3. And also, Freddy will be able to see where you are if you're within a certain proximity to the exit gate. So, if you are just, you got the exit gate open and you're hanging out in the little lobby there between the finish line and the exit gate, and you're like, I'm just going to see if anybody needs some help. If somebody gets down and hooked up, then you're trapped too. You can't get out anymore. And Freddy can see you, and he can come to get you. So that is a very interesting perk. I'm in favor of that. It looks like that could create some fun situations for those people who are like, I'm not leaving yet. I'm just going to hang out to see if any of my friends need some help. And then it could be disastrous. So that's kind of a fun perk. Blood Warden. Now this is an obsession perk. This one is called Remember Me. Remember Me, or Remember Me with a question mark? I don't know. Remember Me. And the way this works is every time Freddy hits the obsession throughout the game, it will add 5 seconds to how long it takes for the other survivors to open the exit gates. So that could be a significant amount of time to get that exit gate open, depending on how many hits the obsession has taken during the game. This perk does not affect the obsession, so if the obsession has taken a lot of hits through the game but not died, that's the person you want opening the gate because they can get it open the fastest. So that's a pretty cool perk too, to slow down that timer, getting the exit gates open, lengthening how long it's going to take, and giving the killer more of a chance to snag you before you can get that gate open and escape. Remember me? And then this one is called Fire Up. So once the second gen is done, Freddy will get a speed boost that's going to power up all of his actions, and it will increase with each successive generator, which is terrifying. So you're going to get a speed boost to all actions like breaking through pallets, vaulting, everything is going to be faster. Damaging gens, everything's going to happen faster. That Fire Up might wind up being his best perk that he has that can pass on to the other ones. If you can do everything faster, that's definitely an advantage. So that was pretty cool. That's all the perks we've got. 2 more to come for the Survivor, but we don't know what they're going to be. But that was enough for me. I know a lot of people are disappointed that Freddy's not out today and that we didn't get even a look at him. But this was enough of a teaser just to solidify that your boy Freddy Krueger is coming to the game. Alright, so then what else? The other thing they talked about was statistics for brand new parts. So this was... Okay, this was the 4th slide here. Alright, so this... No, sorry, one more slide. So this talked about the effect that brand new parts have on the game, and I guess it's just to address whether or not they're OP, considering the way they're used. So this was the first slide that they showed, and it said the percentage of survivors that equip brand new parts. So you could see that it's 4% of survivors equip brand new parts. It's very rare to have somebody bring it in the game. The percentage of survivors with the toolbox that equip brand new parts, depending upon your rank. Rank 1, it's about 23% of the time they have a brand new part. Rank 20, 10% of the time they have a brand new part. And this talked about the escape rate of people who brought brand new parts. So it didn't really change whether or not you lived or died, whether you brought a brand new part. It's within, 4 or 5% there at the most. And the average amount of escapees. So if you had 4 brand new parts, there were 2.5 people on average escaping from the game, while if 0 brand new parts were brought into the game, 1.5 people survived. So if you had 4 brand new parts, that was basically, on average, 1 extra person survived the match. So this was pretty interesting. A lot of people think the brand new parts are OP. Personally, I don't. Of course, if you bring 4 at once, it's kind of a bad time. There's no surprise there that a whole extra survivor on average survives with 4 brand new parts. I've had a few games where we've brought 4 brand new parts, and actually the killers weren't very salty about it, which was really cool. But it happens fast. I have one game on the playlist where we had 4 brand new parts and a key. No, couldn't have been, because somebody had to bring the key, right? 3 brand new parts and a key, and we did a 4-man hatch escape. And I had another one with 4 brand new parts, and we got out of there like in under 5 minutes. And it was fast, and the killer wasn't salty about it at all, which was really, really cool. So those were those stats. They always like to bring some interesting statistics to us. So big news is that Freddy is definitely, finally, 100% confirmed, if not in name. If not by name, I mean, the perks say it all, that he's coming 100%. You don't have to doubt it anymore. If you were still hanging on to some doubt that it's really going to be Scary Terry from Rick and Morty, and the new survivor's name is going to be Pickle Rick. I don't know what you're talking about, but... So that's all I've got for you guys today. I didn't get Freddy Krueger for my birthday, so that was too bad. But in a way, it's a good thing so that I could spend time with my family for my birthday instead of being like, man, everybody's playing Freddy Krueger, but me, I want to go play on the computer. My wife's like, what do you want to do for your birthday? I'm like, I think I want to go play against Freddy Krueger on Dead by Daylight, if I'm being honest, but I don't think I can say that to you. So I get to go spend time with my family for my birthday. Thanks to everybody for watching. Oh, my wife got me this birthday gift I want to show you guys. Don't worry, I'm not branding or anything. It's a one-of-a-kind that she made for me. She had made for me, and my son helped her design it, which I thought was really cool. I was driving to our friend's house. They live like 2 hours out of town in a farm one day, and I was talking to her about logo ideas and stuff, and she kind of ran with it and made me a shirt based on what we were talking about. 100% polyester with some, it's a parody of some wash instructions there with the Dead by Daylight logo in the center. So they were so happy to give it to me. The look on their faces when they gave me this shirt, and I was just blown away by it. I didn't know what to expect when they presented it to me. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. But it's a one-of-a-kind. I'm not branding or anything, so don't think like, oh, look at this guy now. He's going to start selling merchandise. So it was just for me, and I loved it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you next time, and bye-bye.